Okay, guys, and welcome back. In this one, we will be talking about how to read candlesticks to tell specifically if a stock is going to continue to go up or if it's going to continue to go down. There are many different candlestick and chart trading patterns to follow along with. I'll also show you a couple different types of strategies you can look into for your studies so you can diversify your skill sets. Let's just get right into it. We'll be using a couple different random examples. I don't need to have one pre-picked. I don't need to have anything pre-planned. We'll tell you of a real facts and real data straight in front of us. And we'll be using just these few in front of us. These are the most active stocks for the last trading day. And then we'll look into comparing those from the top gainers to the 52-week lows. You know how we like those. Keep in mind, everything that I'm showing you in these current right now it's Saturday, 11:11 a.m., and the market is closed. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to take you over to the cryptos, right? I'm going to take you over to your coin market cap, and we'll look into some of these of your line patterns. And then, because I just figured out that you can do this on coin market cap, switch to candlesticks and compare those as well. I'll try to take it slow. And let's get right into it with SMX candlestick chart patterns right now. So if you see my previous videos, like I said, we're gonna make the weekends all about lesson plans and all about teaching and stuff like that, rather than evaluations and stock analysis. And in this lesson, we're talking about these current stocks in a chart pattern going from 18 cents to 75 cents. The question is, how can you read this candlestick right here? How do you evaluate this? And there's so many different chart time frames to be looking into, right? Let me tell you something. It's all about, first off, making sure that you understand your goal and your role. You're going to be reading these candlesticks, you're going to be trading these charts, if you're using these indicators, if you're going to be in these markets, you need to understand your goal and your role, okay? Based off of the times you have, how busy you are, what your emotions be like, and how much capital you have to freely use will determine out what your goal and your role is. And if we are looking at SMX stock here specifically on our monthly chart, our long-term investment time frame for you long-term investors, we can see that it's flattened out. There's not much candlestick to read up in there. So what they would do from there, and notice here, if you see my last lesson, remember, we are oversold and your MACD is making bullish divergence. If you see my last lesson, let's continue on from there. You hone in for your monthly, if you remember, down to your weekly, where you start being able to see some more candlestick patterns form. Again, this is SMS, a wrecked penny stock that's been down to the bottom. Now we're showing you this on a monthly, on your long-term time frames. You hone in from that to your 4 hours. Now you can see on our swing trade time frames, we see we have solid candlesticks to read. Our candlesticks would as well go from oversold on the RSI at the bottom, making bullish divergence down on the MACD. That's your yellow MACD line crossing over the blue signal line, if you remember from the last video. Now, once we get this breakout to happen, our chart is going to go, our candlestick, our RSI is going to be going back to becoming overbought. How can you tell where your candlestick will be maxing out at? Well, under swing trade time frames, it will become overbought. This is for the trader here, and then we'll reevaluate this for the longer term investor. We're going to dive deeper and slower into both of these. For anybody wondering, right now, we're in the bankability classroom, and currently I have a new trader sitting here and a longer term investor. He just left, Guardian. Guardian, you guys probably remember the Guardian. The Guardian doesn't like to hear anything about the trades, so he doesn't hear any of that stuff. And that's another thing to understand that investors do not believe in trades. So investors do not want to hear anything about a trade. Investors fear the word trade because if it's the word trade, investors feel like that is going to be selling off. And it will, because it's getting traded when it becomes overbought. When you're reading your candlesticks, you're looking at your green candlestick to max out. On average, you usually better tell where that green candlestick will max out by seeing the last time it came in for that big sell-off. Notice here, it's hard. It might be hard for you to see this if you're on your phone because I got to zoom out so far. But if you notice this from 50 cents, that's about the same range where it just bounced up to. It started to hit that bearishness where it became on your RSI overbought. is going to max out at that last range. That's where big resistance is. If I could zoom in fact, I can probably go down to a daily chart and show you some more about that. I could probably zoom in better there. Yes, you can zoom in a little bit better here. You see where yo fit where exactly where it's reaching up to on this last candlestick. It's exactly where it's maxing out to, where it took that big sell off. That's your big resistance right there. You're watching for that last sell off to get met back up. And you're gonna see if it's gonna break out over that. If you hone in on that to your 15-minute chart again, you can see the ranges of what it's gonna go to. Now, for most fast traders, they using a 1-minute chart. You got a 1-minute chart, and you're really gonna have to be watching your 1-minute charts. RSI. It's all about following with the RSI. Really, so much about the candlestick because you don't know what that next candlestick is about to be, especially that thing is overbought. So there's no telling how big or small that next candlestick is unless you can somehow read the future a minute ahead, or if you're on a 15-minute chart, 15 minutes ahead and whatnot. This is where the power of the RSI and MACD comes in. When you guys are watching the videos and it's a still stock, it's easy for one of those YouTubers to tell you that they can teach you how to read candlesticks off of a steel, off of a steel stock, because these candlesticks are already formed. They were not able to tell you what that candlestick was going to be doing next because they don't know, because they're reading candlesticks that are not made yet. Understand this. The only way to truly be reading on what the stock is about to be getting ready to do next is by having the power of your indicator. And there are many different indicators. Some people be using RSIs and SARs. So some people be using, where does go? Some people be using these um, EMAs. I don't know where the EMA at on here, but some people be using those EMA 5000s and whatnot. Me myself, I stick to the RSI and MACD. I find that using all these different indicators is going to throw off your indications for one. And you definitely probably need at least two indicators in there somewhere along the way to be able to combat those each other to get the best accurate reading. When it comes down to just simply reading a candlestick for the future, you really can't. And I'm going to show you more about that here on your BTC here, because that's open right now, and that's why we got candlesticks over there. And let's do that right now. So let's go to BTC on your 1-day chart. You're not even gonna be able to see it on this. We got to see it on here. Watch this. BTC on your 1-day, on your 1-minute chart. This is Bitcoin. Bitcoin don't stop. This thing moving. Now, we can see where BTC. So we're gonna drag this video off maybe like another 5 minutes so we can watch this together. Okay. For anybody who's seeing this, you've seen this on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever it is, hit that like button and all the stuff like that. And you can see where BTC is now touching down towards overbought. Oversold. It's down at the bottom. Remember, it was overbought at the top, where it combated that resistance at 99,000 repeatedly, because that last sell-off point is going to be that next meetup point. That last sell-off point is going to be where it meets back up with on whatever time frame you're going for. We can see BTC down here to a sell-off, and on your 1-minute chart, it's oversold. Now it's coming in for another reversal, like we say. And I don't say this stuff nothing. Like I don't say stuff nothing. So all people, other people showing y'all steel charts and saying they can read a candlestick. No, I'm telling you now. You watch the stock go oversold at the bottom, and this next meetup point is gonna be where last time it had that big sell-off. Notice this big red candlestick that had a big sell-off on a 1-minute chart. It only met back up to that last candlestick. That's the big resistance right there. I don't say this stuff for nothing. And we'll continue to watch it for another couple minutes as more bullish divergence comes in, because that RSI is at the bottom, almost oversold. Getting choppy down. That's a choppy MACD, don't get me wrong. And then what they're going to have to do is break past this big resistance point and then break past that next resistance point. So some people use the first resistance point as profit target 1, and then use the next resistance point as profit target 2. They'll go on to use the next resistance point as profit target 3, and so on for profit target 4, and so on for profit target 5. And then you can see profit target 5 is going to be the big, big, big resistance at the 99,000. Look at that. Big resistance at that same exact point. I don't say this stuff for nothing. At that same exact point all throughout the days. And this on our 1-minute chart. And if we zoom in just a little bit more, right? Let's zoom in and look at it now. This came on to the next 1-minute candlestick. They are still looking to make more bullish divergence. You want to be able to keep up with the overall market conditions at said time. So you're going to go into your, in this case, we're not looking at the stock market conditions because this is a cryptocurrency. We're looking at the crypto market conditions. And we're going to look at our crypto market conditions, our coin market cap. We see that we have bearishness starting to come into the crypto markets today. Big bearishness all across the board. Still strong on the greed index because they still want to see Bitcoin go over 100,000, but it's slowing down. Things starting to get ready to move a bit sideways in the crypto markets. BTC on a downtrend. XRP doing the best out of all of them, it look like. Look at XRP over there having that bull run still. And you keep up with the market conditions. We'll dive deeper into market conditions, then the different ones and how all of them mean and how to evaluate everything. And another one not to add on too much to you right now. Let's get back to watching this cryptocurrency and let's see if the crypto markets come in for a quick more round of bullishness. And we're looking at Bitcoin specifically because the Bitcoin is the biggest one and it like literally leads the crypto markets. So if you're looking at your bigger time frames, a 4-hour chart, you want to see the span of what that stock or that market is on your 4-hour time frame. The swing time frames greatly matter. It's going to determine what the next direction is. Not the long-term time frames. Your long-term time frame is not going to determine what happens in the next day or in the next week and stuff like that. Your 4-hour and your daily time frames, as it will determine what's going on in the upcoming short time. And here we see that the markets have been massively overbought on Bitcoin and everything. Right down to a 1-minute chart, what we see now, we have the bullish divergence being made. We got your RSI that's went from oversold back up to the middle range, almost meeting up with that last resistance point. I don't say this stuff for nothing. And again, they tell you that they can tell you what's going on and they can read those sticks off of steel charts because it's easy for them to do it while that thing is while the chart is closed. I'm like, I can show you this off of a real chart and show you how to actually follow along. And you see, once again, I do not say this stuff for nothing. The big bullish divergence comes in, broke past resistance 1, then broke past resistance 2 for a quick pullback that's going to come in real fast. Some people are going to lock in gains because it's meeting up with that resistance 3. And like I said, we'll watch this for a couple minutes so you guys understand. I'm Billy Banks. Make sure you get subscribed to the channel. You don't miss out on the updates, any analyses, any early see. If you were just following along with that, you just made yourself some easy money. And you can get ready to lock in some gains as you see those red candles coming in and they pushing it until this thing becomes overbought. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. We'll take our time. Like I said, I'll take this one slow for you guys so you'll be able to understand that I do not say this stuff for nothing. What I be saying be real, and it's going to meet up with that resistance 0.5 up there where it's getting to now. Let's give it another second. You see how your RSI starting to get a bit sideways? And no, this ain't no, oh man, he pre-planned this. No, I just showed you this. Like this already. And notice how it's having that sell-off? It made up with that next resistance point for a big sell-off. Why? Because it's becoming overbought. In fact, we'll hold on and wait our time where we watch for some more bearish divergence to be coming in. We on a 1-minute chart. I don't say this, it's whatever they be telling y'all, they be telling y'all the wrong thing. Like I'm 100, they be telling y'all the complete wrong thing, and I'm tired of people getting told the wrong thing by those other YouTubers and other owners and stuff. Other people that call themselves professional traders, but they can't show you this off of an actual live chart. They gotta wait until the market. They gotta wait until that chart goes still. Like, I ain't finna waste these guys' time because I'm real, and you're gonna see the bearish divergence starting to come in, and they getting ready to sell some of that thing off. Why? Because it done hit up to the point where it had that last big sell-off before. What y'all mean? It's the same setup, same strategy every single trade. You get it at the lows and oversold, you get overbought and dangerous. Locking gains on the way up. Let's watch it. This is your RSI and your MACD indicator. We do this all day, every single day over at Bank with Billy, and we also put out our live stock alerts, letting you know what the next targets for everything is. Now that you can follow along with the flow and understand when to get in and when to get out, and let's go down to a 15-minute chart. See how your 15 minutes start trying to even out towards the middle range, looking for some more bullish divergence coming in. Gonna be choppy. Once it meets up with that last stick, profit target 1, profit target 2, all the way to profit target 3 on your 15-minute trading chart until your RSI becomes overbought. But you're gonna get a little bit of bearishness to be coming into your 1-minute chart. Holding that thing down. It's gonna become overbought. They're gonna lock in gains when that thing becomes overbought and dangerous. They rinse, they repeat. Bullish gets its turn. Now bearish gets its turn. Like I said, we'll watch this. Take it slow so you understand. Now notice your MACD starting to even out. This is how you read your sticks. See where those last resistance points at. See where your RSI getting to. Your RSI getting up overbought. They finna start doing that what? Selling. They finna start doing that selling. If it's oversold, they finna do what? Buying. You rinse, you repeat. Sometimes you gotta hold off and take your time. We'll look further into all of this. In fact, no, we'll sit here and watch it for a minute. We'll sit here and watch it for a minute. Bitcoin, this one is. And there's other cryptocurrencies too. I mean, if you want to see something else that's live right now, like we got the Ethereums, Ethereum coming in for still around the bearishness. It just came in from oversold, all overbought. They're selling that thing back off about this 4,000. You know, same thing. I think there's Shiba Inu on here. Let's see what Shiba doing while we at it. Okay, Shiba Inu. Went from oversold, coming overbought. Got some bearish divergence. Why is this still why would this still continue to hold up, you ask? Like I showed you, profit 1, profit 2, profit 3, profit 4. They probably even push it to the profit 5. Looking for an overall span on the 15, but it's still overbought on the 4 hours, so it makes it choppy. If you go on to your daily chart, it's still up there, making it dangerous. And if you go on to your monthlies and whatnot, they've been going for the long term, all the way from when it was oversold on a long-term investment time frames, all the way to overbought on a long-term investment time frames. More bearish divergence starting to come in on your 1 minute chart. You got your green sticks, solid green sticks, been turning into the red shaded green sticks. They've been locking in some gains off of there. That's how you follow along with the market flow. I don't say this stuff for nothing. Let me know what the next lesson is you guys need to learn. Give this video a like. If you're seeing this on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, I don't know, you on Twitter, share this thing out somewhere. This is knowledge that changes lives. I don't know who been telling y'all to be going off and trying to buy those things when they overbought. And I don't know why they be telling y'all that they can read a candlestick for the future that don't be moving. But you looking at your RSI and your MACD to read the indications off your indicators from oversold where you do want to buy and overbought where you don't want to buy. And you rinse and repeat. If any of you want to follow along with the next alerts that are going out, I do put out what I'm going for along in my section, along with the rest of the bank with Billy coaches. They got what they know what they're doing, throwing out the same things oversold, giving you the stop loss and the price targets. And if you are into the crypto markets down below, we do have our cryptocurrency alerts going out, letting us know what the next trends are, what the next target is, and it's easy money. We know what you're going for. I'm Billy Banks. I'll see y'all in there. Happy trading.